Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, we got a big one here today, everybody, and this is a big issue that has been going on for quite some time. And this has to do with Rooster Teeth and how it treats their animators and how they have been having bad crunch time. And recently on Glassdoor, there have been reviews coming out more and more by employees from Rooster Teeth talking about the issues that have been going on there. And oh boy, if you don't already know about it, then it's a rough ride for these animators from what's being told here. It's very bad. And this is something that needs to be addressed that Rooster Teeth is doing that is just not good at all. And the other big thing here is that these reviews have been confirmed by Gordon Whitman. Now, if you don't know who he is, Gordon Whitman worked on Nomad of Nowhere, and he confirmed on Twitter that these issues have been going down. So these reviews have clarification by someone that has worked there. And this is pretty bad. I mean, so as you all may already know, Rooster Teeth is owned by Warner Media, aka Warner Brothers, which is now owned by AT&T. AT&T acquired Warner Brothers, and since AT&T got a new CEO, their new CEO is very tight-fisted on money right now, right? And they're preparing for a new streaming service. So they've also rolled in Otter Media, which Otter Media directly owns Rooster Teeth, Crunchyroll, and Verve. So since they're rolling them in, they're trying to get people to work on the streaming service so they can get more things produced for that streaming service faster, right? So this seems like it's going to become a very big issue, but one thing that's going on here, which affects Rooster Teeth, is that Rooster Teeth, its management is not going very well from what people are saying. The animators are not treated with respect. Apparently, they're working overtime of 100 hours a week sometimes even, and they're not even being paid for their overtime. I mean, this is familiar when it comes to overseas workplaces, but the thing is, they don't have the laws that we have when it comes to these sort of things. So it's different over there than it is over here. But these work conditions, from what are being said here in these reviews, are bad. These are very terrible work conditions, apparently, from what is being told here. So let's get into some of these reviews and then go over some of these issues. Company bites off more than it can chew. Animators pay for it. I've been working at Rooster Teeth Productions full time for more than 3 years. Pros, super exciting if you're a medical, dental, optometry growing, recognizable brand. Working here gives you some cloud online content / community gives you instant reactions from fans on your work as soon as content is released. Monday catering. Okay, so those are the pros. Now let's proceed to the cons. Program scheduling department has no idea how to time budget for animation. Okay, that sounds terrible. Has resulted in unnecessary, preventable crunch. Crunch is always terrible, never a good thing whatsoever. Company takes on projects that are too big for it to manage effectively. That's also not good. Bad leadership, clearly, from what that's stating. Not the highest pay compared to Anim Guild standards. Open office space gets noisy. So, with them having no idea how to budget for animation, that's already a bad sign. That's very bad. And that then proceeds to preventable crunch. They could avoid the crunch time, basically, but since they don't know how to budget for the animation in that time, well, there's the crunch. That's how crunch comes in. And that is certainly not good. And considering that they are taking on projects that are too big for them to manage effectively, that shows bad leadership. That's certainly not a good thing. You don't want that, and that means you probably need to restructure your management there. And so the office space gets noisy, and the pay is not as good as Anim Guild standards. So that's already not a good thing. And with the workplace getting noisy, yeah, that's going to happen when you have a bunch of people you're working with. Now, going on to the next review here. Was happy for work, but knew something was wrong. I worked at Rooster Teeth Productions full time. Pros, my coworkers were the only thing to keep me sane. Oh, yeah, that's already not a good thing. If that's your only pro, that tells you something is wrong. That tells you something is not good. If that's the only pro, then the cons are bad. And let's take a look at these cons. About the animation department only. May not have personally had a lot of industry experience, but even a high schooler could tell things aren't right. Ooh, burn! Ouch! Management didn't hold all departments to their deadlines, forcing the post and edit teams to work till the last minute with little more than, "I'm sorry about this, guys." Ugh, that's not good. Top head doesn't make up mind or change his mind to the point of causing things to change in 14th hour. Oh, well, that tells you whenever they can't make up their minds that the animators have to do it over because they will tell them to change things. So this makes the animators have to work harder and redo something. Yeah, that's not good. Animators definitely suffer from that one. That causes more stress. Heads of the shows would add in more elements than storyboards detailed, refuse to reduce it back, then get upset when the added material causes delays, overtime, and over budget. Okay, now with myself doing research on a lot of this makes sense because this goes back to one of the RTXs back after Volume 5 when Miles stated he wanted things to be more cinematic for RWBY. Yeah, no, that makes sense, and that's why the animation for the Battle of Haven was so bad, because they wanted things to change from what it had been previously. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That tells you something right there in itself. Key roles like script supervisors or something big enough to tell higher-ups, no, do not exist. Yeah, that's not good. Communication between director and departments was a joke at times. Yeah, that's not good either. 10 to 12 minimum work hours, common during release schedule, as delays from other departments caused post team to push out episodes in 5 to 7 days. That's just rushing, and that makes the content suffer. Oh, no, that's not good at all. No. Would likely be requested to work the weekend 2 hours before end of day on Friday. Oh, come on, that's not cool. That's just harder for the animators. It just puts more stress on them. That's not cool at all. People would maybe promoted to higher level without signing new contract, given raise with new responsibilities, or made into full-time employee. Okay. Would be told that would happen when they have time, since crunch is so crazy. Holidays like Veterans Day, Martin Luther King's Day, and President's Day do not exist if you are in crunch. Ooh, that's not good. No overtime pay. Yeah, no, there should be overtime pay. There should always be overtime pay. That's not good. No, you should pay them for overtime. Instead, you get semi-equivalent paid time off, which can be hard to schedule and do expire. Also, they expire. Oh, yeah, that's terrible also. Also, full-time employees already get unlimited PTO, so they effectively get nothing at all. Oh, that is terrible. That is not good. Here's a 1-star review. Now, this one is really bad. I wish there was a silver lining. You know when that is the title, it is certainly not, by any means, a good thing. So let's take a look at this. I've been working at Rooster Teeth Productions full-time for more than 5 years. So, someone that's been experienced. Someone that's been there for a long period of time. Pros. Mostly. Good people. Monday catering. Company in an extremely unique situation to be a top dog of independent animation. If they could harness it correctly, benefits are honestly not bad. They could be better, but for what it is, not bad. Okay, so that's an interesting pro there. Good people, mostly. So it tells you that most of the people are good, but not everybody is. But if you ever notice, Monday catering is usually the thing that they have been saying in these reviews. So there's that. Now, let's proceed to the cons. Extremely poor management. Alright, that's already a terrible sign. Some of it's negligence, some of it is accidental from the sheer amount of work. Well, yeah, crunch time, work. Yeah, because it's accidental, as I said. They could prevent this, of course. Upper management is also extreme bro friends club. Now, that isn't always a good thing to hear, because anybody that's in that clique, they're good. But usually whenever people aren't in that clique, it doesn't turn out to be good. Insanely high expectations. Animate a 10 to 14 minute episode in 2 weeks. Okay, that's rushed. That's not good. Because it takes more time to animate a 10 to 14 minute episode. That's not enough time. Very low compensation. That's not good. I've worked here for years and make entry pay. Oh, no, 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 that's not good. Some people have gone multiple years with no raise. No, that's not good either. That's terrible. Especially if they put their time and effort into it and do a good job. Yeah, they should be expected to have a raise after a while. No, that's not okay. No overtime pay. Yeah, this sounds familiar. Every season of Ruby and Genlock gets about 1/3 or less made for free. Because no one gets paid overtime, and it's not uncommon to work hundreds of hours of overtime. Wow. That is disgusting. That is terrible. So 1/3 or less made for free. And no one gets paid overtime. And that's not uncommon. That is not okay. That is not okay at all. Toxic work environment. Okay, well, you already know when you hear toxic work environment, that's terrible. There are a lot of cliques complaining and even making fun of other people and debts here. Okay, that's immature. That's not how that should be. That is bad. It never gets punished, so it always happens. Not professional. Yeah, that's certainly not professional. Everybody in the workplace, they should be trying their best to work together. It's supposed to be a team effort, and instead, people are making fun of other people. And it's just going on, and they're letting it happen. You know that that is bad, and that management needs to be changed, because that shouldn't be happening at all. You know something is going right when, after many complaints, HR reminds everyone you have unlimited mental health doctor appointments. Oh, that's never a good sign at all. If they're telling you that you have mental doctor appointments you can go to, and then they don't try to work on this themselves, that's not okay. That means management really needs to be restructured. That's just not. No, that is not good. I can honestly go on and on like an emo on MySpace in 2007, but I'll rein it in. Oh, oh man, that's. Oh boy, that is something right there. You got to bring in MySpace 2007. Yikes. Yee. I'll leave it at that since I've seen many fans read these and be skeptical. It's not great. Yeah, that doesn't sound great at all. You can deny it, but there is a lot of evidence if you just accept it. And the reason you work here is because you get stuck and are promised it'll get better. The work is low quality, hard to get jobs elsewhere. Pay is low, can't save money. Oh, no, that's not good. And life-work balance is a joke. Yeah, management needs to be restructured for that. We have a bit of balance now, but it's only for a couple of months out of the year when production isn't in full swing. Yeah, off season. Then it's back to the meat grinder. Yeah. Yeah, see, this right here, that tells you that someone that's been working there for so long, they are miserable. This tells you that the people in the workplace are not doing well, and that if management just lets the toxic environment continue, they just let it keep going, and people make fun of other people and just say, oh, well, you have unlimited doctor appointments. And they don't try to do this. They just say, if you have a problem, go to the doctor. Come on. That means that management needs to be restructured if that's the issue, because that is terrible. You can't let that go by. That is just atrocious. Management should be taking care of these problems. And then whenever it says that the pay is low and they can't save money and life-work balance is a joke, there's something wrong. Very, very, very wrong here. And that their only time of ease would be during their off season, well, that's terrible. And that should be worked on for certain. Now, let's look at another review. Terrible management and toxic culture. That's another 1-star review. Yeah, you know that's not good. I have been working at Rooster Teeth Productions full-time for more than 3 years, so somebody that's also experienced, like the previous person. Pros. Biggest studio in town. Benefits are nice. Generous PTO. Flexible work schedule. Okay, so that sounds pretty good for the pros. But then we have the cons. So let's listen to what the cons have to say here. Terrible management top to bottom. People in middle and upper management positions don't have the skills they need to lead. Now, this is sounding familiar within these reviews. They sound like they're having terrible management issues, and this sounds like a common thing. That means that management needs to be restructured if they don't have the skills to lead. Conflict management is a foreign concept. Yeah, sounds about right. That's not good. Accountability is non-existent. Yeah, that's not good either. That should be worked on. This company is crippled by nepotism. Yeah, that's not good at all. Fast growth led to a lot of bad decisions, and that can happen because companies can become very arrogant upon fast growth. So, yes, I could see that. Directors and some producers lack experience outside of Rooster Teeth. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's apparent. That's very apparent. Employees with solid industry experience are being led by people who don't know what they are doing. See, that's a big one right there because the employees that have solid industry experience, they should be the ones leading people who don't know what they're doing. They should be the ones actually telling those that don't know what they're doing in the industry and helping them to better structure themselves so that they can lead an industry better themselves. That's certainly not good. The filmmaking industry has proven workflows, and when corners are cut, every project suffers. Quality of content takes a back seat. Yeah, that sounds right, because you have to pace yourself, and the more that things start getting cut while people are working on it, the worse it gets, and then your quality drops. Your content is not going to be as good. I have talked about this before, about how you have to take your time. You have to pace yourself. You cannot rush things. Because if you do, everything suffers. The content, the material itself, it suffers. All of this leads to talented people just stop caring. Morale is very low. Yeah, it would be. It would be very low because whenever your ambition is to be a writer, an animator, anything of the sort, and all these terrible things keep happening, all these cuts, all this terrible stuff that we keep hearing out of these reviews continuously happen, yeah, your morale is gonna just drop and go lower and lower and lower. And then you're just gonna get to the point where you just think, oh man, it's a chore to do this. I just want to get this done. When you went into this business, you went into this industry with your talents for passion, because this is what you wanted your dream job to be. Yeah, no, it makes sense why morale would be very low and why people that are talented, that are beautiful with their careers, would then just feel like they don't care at all. Apathy sets in and it just causes depression and it just makes things feel like they're chores, makes things feel like your job is just misery, makes it feel like it's its own personal hell. Yeah, no, that makes sense and that's terrible. It shouldn't be that way. Sometimes feels like film school, only no one is learning anything. Oh man, that's not good. Ugh. Yeah, it just sounds more like misery. The wrong people get credit for successes. Oh, no. These people that work hard, they deserve the praise. This is why the animators have gone through so much problems in the past. Yeah, no, that's not cool. Not cool. People deserve credit for their work, not somebody else. Not somebody else. Pay is lower than industry standards. Nope, that's also not good. Nope. More is expected with less. Nope, you can't have that practice. That is not good. That is not good at all. Despite recent band aid solutions, facilities and work conditions are awful. Oh boy. Well, here we go. Dirty and noisy shared office spaces with aging hardware. Yeah, that should be up to date. No, that's not good at all. Communication has improved, but is still an issue between departments. Yeah, that goes back to the people having problems with one another. Yeah. There are a lot of negative attitudes between departments, and it affects collaboration. Yep, when it should be all about teamwork, of course. Yep, nope, that's... Oh, not good. The clicks are worse than high school. Oh, boy. Yeah, you know when that statement's there, you know it's bad. And that's not good. And Rooster Teeth continues to let this stuff go on. I mean, that's not good. You can't let that go by. This is not acceptable by any means. With the pay being lower than usual, these people have to stay around because they fear that they won't be able to get a job elsewhere when they keep trying. Their opportunities just seem like it is just harder to get another job somewhere else, so they're stuck where they're at. This is awful. This is just terrible. And I mean, there's even a review that states that even though it was like a 4-star review, they stated that if you're a liberal, you are treated better than people who aren't. So they put their political points of view as well on it. So they even treat people differently too. This is not cool. I mean, I've seen so many of these reviews, and it's awful. This is just terrible. And this has been going on not just recently, but there were some like back in May that were even talking about this. Some even in April. I mean, this is not good. This has been going on for a while. I've done a lot of research myself into this, and it's felt strange for a long time. When I started noticing things were different, it was back when Ruby Volume 4 was going on. That's when things were a little different to me, but they weren't too noticeable. But I still felt some things were going on. And a friend of mine and I, we were actually doing a lot of research into a lot of this ourselves, and we discovered over time a lot of things seemed very fishy and off to us. And as more and more time has gone on, our suspicions have become a reality. And now that these animators are actually coming out with these reviews talking about the stuff, it seems that our suspicions were true. And there were just so many red flags over the years to me. And I knew that the animators were not getting the respect and freedom they deserved. And when Joel Mann became the lead animation director for Ruby, I had talked about how the animators needed more freedom and they deserved more respect on the work that they were doing. And these reviews from employees really tells you something. It really tells you that something has been going on, not just recently, but that this has been going on for a while. And it's really sad to see the treatment, the low pay that they're getting that's under the standard pay, overtime that they're not getting paid for, 100-hour work weeks. I mean, it seems like it's nothing more than a sweatshop. And that's just atrocious. I mean, this is awful. And these are terrible working conditions, as from what these reviews are saying. And considering that Gordon Whitman confirmed it on Twitter that these reviews are real, that they're true, this just tells you that Rooster Teeth, they may not last long for a company if they continue to do this. And if they need to delay Ruby Volume 7, I'd be fine with that, because the reason for that is their animators could work at a better pace, things can be thought out better, the content and material could be done better. I think that would be probably better if they would just take the time instead of trying to rush their animators and make them suffer through all they suffered through. And they just need to change their management entirely, and they need to get the people that doesn't have experience out of there. They need to restructure it entirely. But anyways, I'll be back again on Tuesday. This was just a serious matter that I felt that I needed to talk about, and there will be more things concerning this in the near future that I will talk about, because Rooster Teeth really needs to do a better job, and they really need to restructure some things. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.